Juan Carlos Ferrero pinpoints what Carlos Alcaraz needs to focus on against Novak Djokovic in the semifinals. Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic made their way through to the semifinals of the U.S. Open in impressive fashion. Maintaining his perfect record at this year's U.S. Open, Alcaraz defeated Yuri Lahecha in straight sets, 6-4, 6-2, 6-4, in the first quarterfinal on Tuesday. Made to work slightly harder for his spot in the last four, Djokovic took down home favorite Taylor Fritz in 4 sets during the night session. Alcaraz and Djokovic will contest their 9th ATP Tour match in the semifinals, as both players look to finish their Grand Slam campaigns on a high. Previewing the blockbuster clash, Alcaraz's coach, Juan Carlos Ferrero, has pinpointed what the 22-year-old will need to focus on when he plays Djokovic. Juan Carlos Ferrero says Carlos Alcaraz needs to focus on himself and push Novak Djokovic to the limit until the match becomes physically difficult for him due to Carlos's pace, he said. Favoritism is out of the question. Carlos is playing spectacularly, with a lot of confidence, but I don't dare say he's the favorite. Novak will give his all. It will be extremely tough. Ferrero then suggested whether he would rather Alcaraz play Djokovic in the day or night session on Arthur Ashe Stadium. In Australia, they played at night, and that favored Novak a bit. If we played here during the day, we believe the conditions would be much better for us. In the quarterfinals of this year's Australian Open, Djokovic defeated Alcaraz in 4 sets, with the match finishing at 0-0, 57 local time. There have been conflicting reports over which of the 2 semifinals will be given the primetime night session slot, although unfortunately for Ferrero and Alcaraz, there is a good chance their match with Djokovic will go on last. That won't provide much comfort for Alcaraz, who has struggled by his standards against Djokovic, regardless of the conditions throughout his career to date. Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic's head-to-head record. Djokovic and Alcaraz have played each other 8 times in total, as the Serb leads their head-to-head 5-3. Not only does Djokovic lead the head-to-head, but the momentum is firmly on his side, having won their last 2 encounters. Adding to that, Djokovic is unbeaten against Alcaraz on hard courts, 2-0. A record he'll no doubt look to improve upon in the U.S. Open semifinals. There are a lot of evidence to suggest Djokovic is the favorite, but that doesn't tell the full story. 16 years Djokovic's junior, Alcaraz will likely set foot on court as the fitter and more athletic of the two, attributes that could prove to be vital should the match enter a 4th or 5th set. Alcaraz has also had a better season than anyone else in the men's game this year, accumulating over 9,000 ATP points, winning a Grand Slam, and 3 Masters 100 titles. The reality is the semifinal is almost too close to call, as fans will have to tune in and see who can book their place in the U.S. Open final. Alcaraz and Djokovic will face off in the U.S. Open semis on Friday, September 5.